So we're looking at converting a linear equation from standard form, which is ax plus by equals c, to slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. Our goal is to isolate y. To isolate means to get by itself. As we look over here, we see in slope-intercept form, y is on its side next to the equal sign all by itself. Okay? 2 steps. Get rid of your x term by adding or subtracting, and if necessary, divide all 3 terms by the coefficient of y. So an example that we have here, 3y minus 2x equals 9. That's in standard form. Basically, what I want to do is I want to isolate this y. So I can get rid of this 2x by adding 2x to both sides. When I do that, this cancels. I'm left with 3y equals 9 plus 2x. I cannot combine these because they're not like terms. So basically, at this point now, I still want to try to isolate the y. Y is a coefficient of 3. To isolate, I divide by 3. But what I do to one side, I must do to the other side. So technically, I'm dividing everything by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1, leaving me with y. 9 divided by 3 is 3. And I can't divide 2 by 3, so I leave it as 2/3 x. The only last thing we want to do is to get a slope-intercept form is we rewrite as y equals 2/3 x plus 3. Now we look at another example. This example has x plus y equals negative 15. Again, standard form. In order to isolate, we get y by itself by subtracting x. If I subtract x from both sides, I'm left with y equals negative 15 minus x. What's neat about this is that y is already by itself, so I don't have to divide by anything. The only thing I want to do is rearrange this, so in slope-intercept form, it looks like y equals, it's a negative x, it's also a negative 15. Sometimes you may see it written like this, y equals negative 1x minus 15. So again, that gives us standard form into slope-intercept form. And this last example, again, in this situation, this gives us another example where it's not necessarily standard form because it's not ax plus by equals c. It's more 2y equals negative x minus 8. So what we do here is simply isolate the variable. This one's probably one of the easier ones. I divide by 2. Okay? Another way to show division on both sides is like this. This cancels out. Y equals negative 1/2, because negative 1 divided by 2 is negative 1/2 x. Negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4. And again, we find our equation now in slope-intercept form.